chosen one. God emphasized Saturday for you. And that's not just a passing moment on the calendar. It's a signal, a whisper from the divine to your spirit, a bold underline in the story of your life. Something's coming, and it's not just something ordinary. It's not routine, it's not random, it is precise, it is prophetic, and it is prepared by heaven for you. You see, when God points at a day, He's not doing it for spectacle. He's doing it because that day is carrying weight, a spiritual charge, a divine purpose that is about to unfold. That's what this Saturday is holding in its hands for you. This is not a coincidence. It's confirmation. And in this very moment, I want you to feel that. Stay with me. Listen all the way through this message, because something is unlocking for you right now. And write your warmest wishes and the number 99 in the comment, because this act isn't small. It's a declaration, a signal to the universe that you're ready, that your wishes are ready to catch fire and find form in this reality. Now, chosen one like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's talk about what that means for you. Because for so long, you've been preparing, building, holding back tears, pushing through resistance. Your soul has been standing in line, but the time on your divine clock says you're next. You've waited in faith, while others seem to rush past. You've trusted while everything around you screamed for you to give up. But now the curtain is being drawn. The spotlight is shifting in your direction. And the emphasis isn't general, it's targeted. Saturday is when heaven is scheduled to make a visible move on your behalf. Chosen one, this isn't just about a single day on a human calendar. This is a divinely marked point in time that carries prophetic intention. There are moments when the energy of the earth aligns with the commands of the spiritual realm. This Saturday is one of those rare portals, a window where something new gets delivered, something that was sealed with your name on it. And the closer you get, the more intense the spiritual activity becomes. You've likely already felt it. A strange restlessness, a sacred anticipation. It's not anxiety, it's not confusion, it's confirmation. It's your spirit sensing what your eyes can't yet see. God emphasized Saturday for you because your story is about to shift. The page is about to turn, and the part of your life that felt delayed, denied, or dormant, it's about to be ignited. The wait wasn't punishment. It was preparation. This is your build-up moment, the calm before a glory-sized eruption. And no matter how long it's taken, no matter how silent it's felt, no matter how exhausting the climb has been, that silence was never emptiness. It was sacred strategy, divine orchestration. You are not behind schedule. You are on divine appointment. The spiritual realm has been busy preparing. What is yours? Conversations in heaven have carried your name. Angels have been assigned. Energies are aligning. And this Saturday isn't just the arrival of a new day. It's the arrival of a new destiny. The kind that changes everything. The kind that makes others stop and stare. The kind that marks a turning point in your narrative, so clearly that you'll never forget the moment it began. You're about to move from unseen to undeniable. This isn't just emotional hype, this is spiritual truth. When the divine highlights a moment, it's because something divine is ready to be revealed. And while many may overlook the spiritual signs, the chosen feel it in their bones. You felt the tremors in your soul. Haven't you? The gentle push, the quiet pull, the inner knowing that something is coming, but you can't quite put your finger on it. That's not imagination, that's impartation. You're being told in the spirit that Saturday is going to activate something, and it's going to shift you forward in ways that logic can't explain. You're going to notice things breaking off. Your mental fog will clear, emotional weights will lift. You'll sense clarity in your decisions, peace in your direction. You'll begin walking in rooms you were once shut out from. You'll see doors swing open without your hand touching the knob. You'll feel favour falling like rain. You'll witness sudden acceleration in areas that felt stagnant for years. Why? Because God said Saturday. When heaven emphasizes a day, it's because it's no longer a question of if, it's a matter of when, and the when is now on your doorstep. God is not subtle when it comes to his chosen. He doesn't whisper when he's ready to reveal. He announces it through signs, through dreams, through inner revelations that press your soul forward. And if you're here now reading this, your spirit was pulled into this moment for a reason. You're not late. You're right on divine time. Even if others don't understand it, even if they mock the journey, doubt your destiny, or question your silence, don't worry. They won't be able to deny the result. Because when God shows up in a chosen one's life, he shows out not for applause, but for glory. And his glory is about to rest on you in a way it never has before you've already been refined. You've already been tested. You've already been hidden. Now comes the reveal, and it will be sudden, so sudden that even you will ask, is this really happening? Yes, chosen one, it's happening. The stage is being set. The lights are being adjusted. The atmosphere is being arranged. And when Saturday comes, you'll know, you'll feel it in the core of your being. You'll rise differently, walk differently, speak differently. Because what's coming isn't just a blessing. It's a blueprint. It's direction. It's divine evidence that you are always seen, always heard, and always loved by heaven. You are not forgotten. You are being formed. You are not being overlooked. You are being prepared. And now, as the divine prepares to release what's been assigned to you, all you need to do is stay ready, stay open, stay aligned. Don't fall into distraction. Don't entertain doubt. Don't shrink in fear. Let your spirit expand in expectation. Let your faith stretch wide, because your moment is on approach. And God has made it clear. Saturday is marked. Now is the time to embrace that, to stop doubting what you've been hearing, to stop second-guessing the nudge in your spirit. This is it, the moment where what was once just a whisper in your soul becomes a visible move in your life. Your obedience brought you here. Your resilience sustained you. Your faith has authored the miracle that is now arriving. And when you look back, you won't be able to explain it in natural terms, because it wasn't natural, it was supernatural, it was sacred, it was sealed, and it was emphasized by God just for you. Let's go deeper. Now, chosen one, because this is not just about receiving a blessing. This is about recognizing your role in a divine rollout. Saturday is not merely a date. It is a threshold, a crossing over a divine cue that says, step into your ordained atmosphere. You are not being invited into something small. You're being positioned for a transformational unveiling, the kind that shakes off every old version of yourself and launches you into a space only faith could have opened. You may have been in hiding, but your time in the background wasn't punishment. It was placement. God was shaping you in obscurity, so he could reveal you in authority. The silence was strategy. The slowness was divine pacing. And now that the signal has been released, all of heaven's orchestration is aligning to push you forward. Chosen one, listen to this with a bold heart. This Saturday will be an unmissable pivot. The energy that surrounds you will change the clarity of your vision, will heighten your discernment, will sharpen, and suddenly all the inner stirrings you felt for months, the restlessness, the expectation, the holy discontent will find their purpose. It was never random. It was a build-up. God has been stirring the atmosphere around you so that you could perceive what most ignore, the moment when everything begins. Some of you will feel a divine confrontation. Things that were tolerable before will no longer sit right with your spirit, not because you've become restless in flesh, but because your spirit is aligning with the magnitude of what's ahead. Saturday will be a calling out moment. You will feel the pull to leave behind, what doesn't match where you're going. Certain environments will no longer fit. Certain conversations will no longer feed you. Certain associations will feel like resistance instead of resonance. And that's not a bad thing. That's divine clarity arriving. Because when God emphasizes a moment in time, He is also inviting you to rise to the frequency of that moment. He is not just delivering something to you. He is calling something out from you. The power that's been buried under disappointment, the fire that's been hidden beneath, years of surviving, the boldness that's been stifled by uncertainty, all of it is being summoned. Now, Saturday is not just bringing you favor, it's bringing you fire, and fire transforms everything it touches. Chosen one, you're being refined by purpose. Saturday's emphasis is not for the unprepared. That's why you've been through so much. That's why your path wasn't easy. That's why you cried in secret, wrestled with delay, questioned your value, and wondered if you were forgotten. You weren't forgotten, you were being fortified. And now the strength forged in silence is about to speak louder than words. Your presence will start to carry a frequency that shifts rooms. Not because you're trying, but because God is shining through you. This will be a divine unveiling. This will be the kind of weekend where the version of you that was loyal to the process will finally meet the promise. And not just a piece of it, but a power, P-packed portion that makes up for every delay, every denial, every time you had to keep walking with no clear end in sight. God's plan is never random. And when He emphasizes a date, you can be sure that something intentional is arriving. So prepare not with anxiety, not with fear. Prepare with certainty, the same way you prepare when you know someone important is coming to your door. You straighten your posture, you lift your head, you let your light shine, because this is not the time to shrink. You've already done your time in the background. This is the beginning of your visible rise. You are going to sense divine confirmation on Saturday. It may not look like lightning in the sky. It may not be fireworks or booming voices, but it will be unmistakable. An email you weren't expecting a call. That opens a door, a person who suddenly appears, a shift in atmosphere that makes you say, that's it, that's the sign. And when it happens, your soul will know. That's why it's so important to remain still in your spirit. Don't let outside noise cloud the internal clarity God is giving you. This moment is sacred. This Saturday is carrying a message from God directly to you. You are being trusted with a breakthrough. You are being honored with a moment that not everyone was invited into, chosen one. Remember this, not everyone gets a date with destiny, but God circled this one and He wrote your name on it. That means whatever you've been fearing, let it go. Whatever you've been doubting, silence. It's whatever you've been unsure about, it's about to be confirmed. You're not walking into a random moment, you're walking into a divine move, a shift in your timeline. A door in the spirit realm is about to unlock, and when it opens, it will feel like everything in your life finally clicks. You'll understand why the timing was the way it was. You'll understand why certain people left, why the journey was delayed, why the pain was permitted, because what's about to pour into your life will make all of that make sense. You've reached the tipping point. Heaven has noticed your persistence, your unseen loyalty, your refusal to curse the process. Even when you didn't understand it, that has not gone unnoticed, and now the heavens are responding. This Saturday is not the end. It is the start of what your soul has always known was coming. It's a breakthrough moment, a time-locked blessing. And once it begins, there will be no going back. So take a breath, chosen one. Let your spirit absorb what I'm saying. This is your confirmation. This is your wake-up call. This is your alignment with divine rhythm. And Saturday is carrying your name on its wind. Now we move into the core of what this all means for your destiny. Chosen one, this is no longer about just identifying the moment. It's about embodying it. God didn't emphasize Saturday, so you could just wait passively. He emphasized it because this is a day for action in the spirit, a day for the veil to thin, a day for the supernatural to collide with your natural life. This is a divine ignition point, and you're standing right at its threshold. You need to know this. Everything leading up to this, Saturday, has been training ground. Every silent season, every moment of confusion, no, that didn't make sense. Every delay that felt like rejection, it was all part of the divine design. You didn't lose time, you were being positioned. God has been setting the scene so that when this divine moment hits, it's not just a blessing, it's a launch. And what's launching isn't just an opportunity, it's a new version of you. You've been growing beneath the surface in ways most people can't comprehend. While others judged your progress by what they could see, God was focused on what he was building. And now that the foundation is strong, the elevation is inevitable. What's coming for you will not feel like a small step. It will feel like a divine leap, and you will not land where you started. You will land in purpose, you will land in visibility, you will land in the exact space that was reserved for you all along. This is your release from the shadows. Chosen one, you are not meant to live small. You are not meant to hide forever. God didn't create you with such depth, such discernment, such power, just to let you drift in the background. No, you are marked, you are equipped, you are called for more. And Saturday is your divine release date. All the spiritual tension you've been feeling, that pressure in your chest, that energy in your hands, that deep sense of something is about to happen, that is not random. That is your anointing, preparing to break open. You've walked through fire and you didn't burn. You've endured storms and you didn't drown. You've stood at the edge of giving up and you held on. And now the reward is catching up with your obedience. The heavens are opening up and they're pouring favor, but not just any kind of favor. This is targeted, appointed, undeniable favor. This is the kind of favor that shifts timelines. The kind of favor that turns nobodies into kings. The kind of favor that makes people ask, how did that happen so fast? But you'll know the answer. It didn't happen fast. It happened finally. Saturday is the moment where the delay breaks. This is when the promises you've been holding in your heart start moving in your life. This is when the things that didn't make sense before begin to align. And the most incredible part is you won't have to force it. You won't have to chase it. You won't have to beg for it. What's coming will flow to you, because the blessing that's assigned to you doesn't need convincing. It's been circling your orbit, waiting for God's word, and that word has been spoken. God said Saturday, and that's all it took. You're going to wake up that day and feel the shift in your bones. You'll feel lighter, more grounded, more certain. You'll walk differently. Your energy will speak before your mouth does. People will notice, they won't know why, but they'll feel something different about you. That's your spirit, finally operating without restriction. That's what happens when the weight lifts and the mantle settles. Get ready to move in your full authority. Chosen one, you've been prepared for this. You've been dreaming about this. You've been sensing it in your prayers, in your meditations, in your quiet moments. But now it's not a dream anymore. It's reality stepping in. It's the spiritual becoming visible. This is manifestation in motion. Divine timing is no longer a concept. It's your reality. And as it unfolds, you'll begin to see how strategic God has been all along. That closed door last month, it was redirection. That person who left without warning, they weren't assigned to your rise, that delay, that made you question everything. It created space for what's arriving now, and what's arriving is bigger, better, and far beyond what you imagined. You're about to walk into rooms that used to feel impossible. You're about to receive answers to prayers you almost stopped praying. You're about to become the evidence that God still moves, still speaks, still delivers on promises. And it all ties back to this. God emphasized Saturday, not Monday, not next year, not someday, down the road. He said Saturday, and he meant it. That means this moment is not up for debate. It's not something you have to work for anymore. It's something you walk into boldly with your head held high. Not because you've been perfect, but because you've been faithful, and heaven rewards the faithful. Heaven crowns the obedient. Heaven reveals glory to those who stayed loyal in the dark. So let this be your reminder. The darkness wasn't your ending, it was your proving ground. You didn't fail, you didn't fall behind, you didn't miss it. You were being positioned for a moment that only you were designed to step into. And now that moment is on your calendar. Saturday is going to reveal who you truly are. And you're going to be amazed, not just by what shows up, but by who you've become chosen. 1. Let's stand in the fullness of this truth. You are about to rise. This Saturday is more than a sacred day, it's a spiritual announcement. It is heaven saying now is the time. You're not just hoping anymore, you are walking into what has been prophesied over your life. You are stepping into a territory that was shaped around your destiny. It's not foreign. It's familiar to your spirit because your soul has always known it was coming. Understand this deeply. Spiritual preparation is not wasted time. The isolation, the wilderness, the stripping, it was your training while others were building outside structures. You were building internal strength. That's why this move is different, because this rise will last. This isn't hype, this is legacy. And it begins on a day heaven highlighted just for you. Saturday is not bringing you just an opportunity. It's bringing a shift in identity. This is a crossing point in your spiritual maturity. You're going to wake up on that day with a deeper understanding of who you are and what you carry. You'll feel it in your bones, like a spiritual inheritance has finally landed. It will click. You'll remember all the nights you stayed faithful, all the mornings you pushed through when your body was tired, but your spirit refused to give up all the tears. You cried that no one saw. They all mattered. They were all counted. They were all preparing you for the weight of what's about to land on your life. And that's why not everyone could go with you. Some people had to fall away. Some doors had to stay closed. Some paths had to stay blocked, because what's coming with this rise is too sacred to be shared with those who wouldn't understand it. This is a sealed moment. This is personal. This is heaven to you delivery. And when it arrives, it will sit so right in your spirit that you'll finally exhale. Not because you were holding your breath, but because he was holding the moment God withheld it. Not to punish you, but to protect the timing. This Saturday, the release begins. You're going to notice strange peace. In the middle of the day, conversations will feel lighter. Your mind will be unusually clear. It won't make sense logically, but spiritually, it will feel like divine alignment. That's because you're stepping into prophetic flow. That's what happens when your life matches heaven's rhythm. Things begin to flow that used to feel forced. Opportunities chase you. People come into your life ready to bless you, support you, recognize the oil on your life, and they won't want to take, they'll want to build. That's how you'll know it's different this time. And as this divine moment unfolds, you'll feel something else. 2, authority, not arrogance, not ego, but authority. You'll stand taller. You'll speak with conviction. Your decisions will come from a place of inner knowing. You won't second guess anymore. Why? Because the version of you who walked in fear is no longer the version rising on Saturday. This is your spiritual coronation. This is where heaven whispers, you made it now, rule. And you won't need external validation. You'll walk into rooms and not need applause, because What you carry speaks before you do. And your spirit will begin to radiate in such a way that people sense the presence of God when you speak. Not because you're loud, but because you're aligned. You're going to move differently. You're going to love differently. You're going to lead differently, because this isn't just a rise for your sake. This is a rise for others too. Your elevation is going to unlock doors for people connected to your obedience. Your presence will become a key. Your breakthrough will become a testimony. Your clarity will become a map for someone else trying to find their way. That's what happens when the chosen ones rise. Their blessing becomes a blessing to others. And that's why Saturday was marked. Because God needed the right moment to reveal not just what he's doing for you, but what he's going to do through you. You're not just receiving breakthrough, you're becoming a breaker of generational barriers. You're not just stepping into overflow, you're becoming a well for others to draw from. You're not just rising, you're being revealed the true version of you, the powerful version of you, the one God formed before time began and shielded until now. This is why the journey was so hard. This is why the warfare was so relentless. This is why you had to endure rejection, betrayal, and invisibility, because what's being unlocked is valuable, and heaven does not place priceless things in unprotected timelines. Saturday is the day the locks come off. You'll look in the mirror and finally see it. Not just with natural eyes, but with spiritual clarity. You'll see the strength you gained, the purity of your heart, the fire in your belly, the stillness in your spirit. That is what qualified you. That is what called you. That is what pulled this divine moment to your doorstep. And when it arrives, you'll know, without a doubt, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what all the delay was about. This is what I was born to carry. Chosen one, your rise has already begun in the spirit. Saturday is simply the moment when heaven lets the earth catch up. Now we step into this sacred center of your rise, chosen one. This is the phase where the unseen becomes undeniable, where the whispers in the spirit become evidence in your reality, where all the seeds you planted in silence begin to sprout in public. This is divine emergence, and it's happening, not by accident, but by divine appointment. Saturday is not approaching you. You're approaching it. Destiny is meeting you in motion. Let's make this very clear. This moment isn't about luck. It's not about coincidence. It's not about chance. It's about alignment. You've aligned your spirit, your decisions, your inner posture, and now heaven is responding. God is not a God of randomness. He is a God of precision, and when he emphasized Saturday, it was because something has cleared in the heavens. Something has opened. And now your name has been called in the spirit. You've been promoted spiritually first, and soon that spiritual promotion will manifest in the natural expect shifts in the atmosphere around you. People may start acting differently, not because anything changed, but because you changed. The oil on your life is becoming heavier. Your presence is commanding more space, and the frequency of your spirit is making people either lean in or fall off. Don't be alarmed. Don't try to fix what's falling away. This is the divine separation that always comes before divine elevation. Chosen one, you've outgrown what once fit. That's why it's been uncomfortable lately. That's why certain conversations feel empty. That's why the old version of your life feels like a stranger's skin. You're molting, shedding the limitations that once held you. And in their place, God is clothing you with power, not just for you, but for the people who are waiting for your rise. You carry more than just personal destiny. You carry territorial authority. When you rise, the land around you responds when you speak. Atmosphere shifts when you walk in your divine calling. Systems begin to shake. That's how much weight your life carries in the spirit. And this Saturday, it's being activated. You're not just stepping into a moment, you're stepping into momentum, the kind that multiplies, the kind that moves fast, the kind that cannot be explained, only witnessed. People will say, "Where did you come from?" How did that happen so quickly? What changed? And your only answer will be, God emphasized Saturday, because what took years in the natural can shift in seconds when God steps in. That's the difference between human hustle and divine acceleration. You've done the work, you've passed the tests, you've stayed hidden when necessary and obedient even when it cost you. And now the reward is being released, not because you demanded it, but because you were ready. Readiness isn't about perfection, it's about positioning. And you, chosen one, have been divinely positioned. Now, the stage is set, the veil is lifting. The next scene is yours to enter, not with fear, but with boldness. This is not the time to play small. This is not the time to question what God already confirmed. This is the time to rise with the full force of your divine identity, because your anointing is not light. It is heavy. It disrupts what's false. It activates what's sleeping. It draws divine provision, and that's exactly what's arriving. Now, doors are opening not because of your resume, but because of your radiance. Not the outer kind, the inner kind, the kind heaven recognizes, the kind darkness can't tolerate, the kind that makes demons tremble and angels gather. You're not just rising for recognition, you're rising for reign. This is kingdom territory. Now, you're not just stepping into a blessing, you're stepping into rulership, and rulership comes with responsibility. You'll have to guard your peace. You'll have to protect your mind. You'll have to steward the increase with wisdom. But none of this should scare you, because you've already been equipped. Everything you need has been deposited in you. You've been built for this. You've been groomed for this. And now you're about to walk in it. So don't be surprised when Saturday feels different. Don't be surprised when the air around you seems charged. Don't be surprised when small things become big signs. The universe is echoing what heaven has already shouted, chosen one. Your rise has been approved, and here's the truth. After this Saturday, you won't see yourself. The same, you won't move. The same, you won't even dream the same. Because when you taste destiny, real divine destiny, it redefines what's possible. It stretches what you believe. It enlarges your spirit, and that's what's happening to you. You are being expanded. This is the completion of the turning, chosen one. As we step into the final part of this divine message, let it land deep in your spirit. You're not returning to the old. Saturday is not a loop, it's a launch. You've exited the season of preparation, and now you're walking in manifestation. It's here, the long-awaited shift, the moment your soul knew was coming. Even when your mind couldn't comprehend how,